Any lineup.
Locally?
Five lineup of any artist, and then two local. So that's 7 people. So you got that one artist you manage, any artist.
Okay.
And then the other is 5 artists for a lineup per show, and then 2 of them have to be local.
So 5 artists, anybody?
Anybody.
And then 1 artist local?
One artist local.
And then any artist in the world too.
Any one artist to manage.
Okay, well I think I'm gonna start with Gucci Man for any artist in the world, just because I think he keeps getting better and better with time, and his style, his delivery. I think anytime he can make somebody that's not that good, he could just make them, your ears, just your eyes, the attention. It's like he's a light bulb in a dark room. He makes anything dope. So I think that working with someone like that, I think that I can use some of the things I got up here that I've never used, and possibly bring some to the table, and I could probably learn a lot from him. Just he's dope. To me, he's my favorite artist, Gucci Man. It's Gucci. As far as 5 artists, local guys or whatever.
Nah, they don't have to be local though.
No, okay. Oh, 5 artists, that would be dope. I mean, I'm gonna have to say some of the Mexican some of the Mexican artists coming up. Like there's some dope ones in Texas, man, that are really, really dope. But I'm looking into getting into the corrido game right now. Do some Spanish. I'm doing the switchover already, just because there's a lot of opportunity on that side. Contrary to rap hip hop. Rap hip hop, everybody kind of knows what's up already. Everybody's gamed up. If you're not scoring, you're not winning, it's because your music, people ain't feeling it. So like Fuerza Regida, I'd love to work with them. I'd love to work with like Jenny 6ix9ine. I think she's dope. I think she's still got some hits in the tank. It's just a matter of somebody motivating her and getting them out of her. I'd like to work with. I mean, hey, it's not my cup of tea, but you know what I mean. You know what I mean. Who else? Who else would I like to work with? I like Pusha Ice-T, man. I think Pusha Ice-T's hard, because he got locked up, and they clipped him right when he was on fire. He was a rocket, and they just, they threw him in the water. We didn't get to see what he could have been, so he'd be a good one. And last but not least, I would like to work with CML Lavish D. He's got a lot of talent, and he's the underdog. I consider myself the underdog, so I think 2 underdogs working together would be a good duo. And locally, an artist I would like to work with, I think I'd like to end it where it started. I'd like to work with Haps again, because we never got to do what we wanted to do. With him being where his situation currently, we never got to finish anything that we had going on. So obviously, I'd like to pick up with him and finish what we started. That'd be my dream.
Would you say that he was like the first big northerner rapper, like before Sneeko and all that?
I think those guys are before him. I think as far as Watsonville, for Watsonville, I mean, numbers wise, views wise, buzz wise, what he did, the stages he hit, definitely takes the cake. And to be honest, for the 831 wise, a lot of people don't. Everybody has an ego or my friend and this and that. If we pull out the calculator, Happy would make a lot of people mad, because there's a lot of people that they just don't want to accept it. But numbers are numbers, bro. If we're talking numbers, Happy will crush them. That's a fact. And that's why nobody ever wants to do that whole little let's really look at it. They go, nah. And it's all ego. If there's people that are better than me, that's okay. I'm okay with that. I'm okay saying he's better than me. Rappers, they're very, very fragile individuals. Their feelings, their ego, it's trippy, As artists, they're artists, you know what I mean? It's normal. I don't expect anything less.
Well, let's talk about this. We have Jrnumber9 in the building, owner of Time Is Now ENT, the next level barbershop you see behind you.
Mm-hmm.
And he's, been promoting at the Catalyst for a while. Then now he does shows himself, works with plenty of artists, done plenty of shows. And I'm glad that we got you in the building back end that most people don't think about in the music game is, you know, managers and, you know, people, promoters. And if you're an artist that's really up and coming, you have to run through people like Jrnumber9. So,
yep. Yeah,
I'm excited that we're gonna get this going today.
We're the glue.
We're the glue.
We're the glue, man. Well, the glue doesn't get no shine.
Well, let's talk about, you know, when you first started in the rap game, distribution and all that was different, because I saw that you do some A&R work for Empire and stuff along those lines, and you're real close with GT distribution.
Yeah.
And, you know, just explain a little bit about that. Like, what does that entitle, you know, when you're doing A&R work and, you know.
So, you know, working with Gold Toes, Julio, he basically put me in a position where it allows me to bring in artists, get their music distributed to different platforms through GT Digital. So if an artist needs help as far as guidance, where he wants to take it, or even setting down a plan, that's what I do. I call him up, we get him, you know, booked in to system. That way he's already in the system as far as, you know, they're gonna start gathering any kind of sales, any kind of money out there, they gather for him. They write him a check, give it to him at the end of the quarter, etc. So that's how that works, and it just makes it easier to have somebody in control of all that. Contrary to an artist, I want to rap, I want to do this, I want to do that. It's just they have their own little mini team behind them. You see what I'm saying? So I can sit down with them and I can see what they want to do as far as cover art, beats, mixing and mastering, booking studio time, who's available to work with as far as features, and play some phone calls. If I can't get them, I can call Julio, he can get them, you know. So it really makes things easier working like that. You know, other you could do it by yourself, by all means necessary, but is it going to be harder? You can ask any artist. It could get really difficult. It makes you want to quit.
What do you think about right now, you know, working with artists and throwing shows before? What do you think about the music scene in the Central Coast in general, not just the
It's very talented. I think there's tons of people out there, and you know, I've seen a lot of interviews and I see a lot of comments that are made regarding our area, and then, you know, they might be true, they might not be, but for me, I don't view you know, the typical, you know, we're from a small town, so we don't get shine. I don't believe in all that, because I'm from Watsonville and I mix with everybody, man. I go all different types of places. I deal with people that I don't like to name drop. I don't play that game, right? But I deal with all kinds of people, and it doesn't matter. It's all about you getting yourself in a position to perform or be a part of anything that you really set yourself out to be. You dig what I'm saying? Like for me, I'm able to come back to my little town and I'm able to do certain things that a lot of dudes can't. But that's because I worked on those relationships, you know, and all that took years. You see, so I utilize all my connections and everybody I know that I work with to help artists or to help myself. You know, like if you know people, things are gonna come easier. Not free, or, you know, but it's gonna be way easier. And that's all relationship, reputation, you know, and how people view you. Like, you know, I give somebody a call, 9 out of 10, they're gonna answer my phone call because they know it's business. It's not BS or any of that. So when I hear artists, you know, and people saying, yeah, we don't get because we're not, no, I don't believe in that. I don't believe in that. I believe that if you're serious and you're willing to die, like you put everything in it, something's gonna come out of it.
What do you think? What artists do you think, you know, these things have that type of talent and that type of grind out here?
I like Bishop the Flood God. Not just because I know him personally, just I like Water, man. Water been having my attention because Water's unique and he plays himself. He has fun with his own character, and I think a lot of guys they're all gimmick. I mean, it just is what it is, man. And eventually, gimmick is like a piece of bubble gum. It runs out of flavor, and people ain't trying to mess with that. And I think Floodwater, you don't get bored of him because he's literally being himself, and he's funny.
Yeah, he is funny.
He's hilarious, creative.
Like,
and then every once in a while, he'll just sneak in there some really slick stuff where you go, oh, what, Water? You know what I mean? He takes me. He's like he takes a roller coaster, takes me on a ride, and I like it. You know, there's nothing like him. That could be why. That could be why. But there's a lot of young people and a lot of different people that I skim through Instagram or whatever, and I see their stuff and they're dope. I see a lot of people remaking or remixing what's already been done, and to me that's cool. But I mean, I'm not buying it. You know, it's not personal. It's just I'm not. I've heard it already. I'm not interested in that. It's all about something new. We bring to the table as far as like, you know, like, oh man, how many times can we watch Jason? You know, like Jason 15. Like it's bro. I'm over it, bro. Yeah. Fast and the Furious. What is it? 12 now? Like I can't do that.
Watching that shit, when they had the Rock just kick down the metal door.
We already know what's gonna happen though. We know what's gonna. I don't want to see that no more. In Water, he brings a lot of new product to the table as far as music. A lot of new stuff hitting my ears, and I like that. I appreciate that, you know. And there's a lot of guys working hard. There's a lot of old school artists remaking themselves too. You know, like Gambit. He's working hard, man. You know, he's been in it for a long time. He literally redid his whole cool character style. He's out there, you know, dropping music, and I like to see that too. There's that youngster you put me on. I don't know how to pronounce his name. Is it Kawanaki or something like that?
Kabasa?
That guy. He's kind of cool. He's kind of cool. I heard a couple of his songs.
Yeah, he goes crazy.
He's cool. Yeah, I like his stuff, man. And
so let's hear about this. What's the first like ever show you're like, okay, I'm gonna get together, I'm gonna promote it, I'm gonna pay an artist, and go about like how do you hit up a big artist, and do you pay him up front? How do you know you're gonna get, you know, the pull up? Like how's that all go about?
I kind of taught myself when it came to that. Now I know A through Z, but I was actually pretty close to how it goes down. My first artist was Drew Down, and I had him at the I had him in Cupertino at the X Bar back in the days, and I gave him half beforehand, and the day he showed up, day of the event, you know, I met him backstage, and I gave him the other half, and he did his thing. The venue back then, I had a good relationship with them, so it was free. So I was able to. You gotta manage it. Like you gotta look at your costs. You got your DJ, you got your promo, you got your flyer, you got an artist. You gotta gather all of those numbers, and then you gotta see the capacity. And that's, you know, step one. You know, if I sell this place out and I charge, I don't know, $20, what number is that? So if it covers your whole overall cost and there's money left over, then it's worth you doing. Some guys don't do that. They just pay, shit, we're paying this guy this much, place only fits 200, DJ's that much, and then they wonder why they lost money. Well, you're not organized. That does not.
Sponsorship is a big reason, like big help to all shows.
I think sponsorships would be huge, and more people would do shows because it would close that gap, and it would put the promoter, which is the investor, it would put them in the green. Does that make sense? So, like, it'd be more comforting for me to know that I have a sponsor that's putting down, you know, X amount of dollars. That covers my ass. You know what I mean? So it's money, man. You're really gambling with your money. You're a promoter. A lot of people don't know that. It's like you're gambling with your money. You can either lose all your money or you can make your money back with a profit. Sometimes you break even. So that's why a lot of people don't last.
You ever hit up an artist paying him the half up front and then he doesn't show up and you have all these people out?
Never.
You're like,
Thank the Lord. I never. I had somebody flake, but I never paid him, so I can't say that ever happened to me. You know.
What's the craziest story you had during a show? Like maybe a huge fight.
Oh man. We had who did we have? I don't remember the artist. It was Jimmy Rose's.
What are you doing with your feet? You shaking that thing down.
I just get, you know, I got my new Crocs. I'm over here fiddling. But I had Jimmy Rose's, and one of my friends got really drunk, and he got kicked out by security. So he went outside in San Jose, downtown San Jose, and he started hitting the wall. And then he sneaked it back in. He pushed my DJ out of the way with blood everywhere, DJing, bro. And we all didn't know what to do. We were like, oh, bro, we can't touch this guy. And that was interesting, bro. That was a very interesting show because it was like, I thought it was over. So the DJ got some plastic gloves and he fucking DJ'd with plastic gloves, bro, the whole night. Because it was either that or the show's over. And that was his call. That's a good dude. Shout out Ricky Rick, man. Ricky Rick did that shit. That's crazy.
Blood on his DJ gear?
Yeah, this guy was bleeding. He was, when you get like really drunk and you're just, you don't know what you're doing, he got crazy, bro. Yeah, man. Yeah.
So you do some promotions too where you bring artists out to a bar and they like, you know, are the main people hosting it for that night. Talk about that a little bit, you know. How do you go about picking artists for venues? Like, what are you looking for?
Well, luckily, I like once again, I networked pretty hard and I met the right partner and certain people that I deal with in my little career, you know, Jet and Big Dave, and it all comes down to like venues, especially when I was more active in doing the shows. Venues was huge, you know. A venue was pretty much gonna make you or break you because people were already locked into going to certain places, especially in the Bay Area. You know, like there's some place in the Bay Area that you could go to the club and it could be really dope, but over there it's like venues have a reputation already, and they only mess with certain promoters. You know, you gotta bring the heat. You gotta bring the heat, and everything that we always did, we just planned it. Good relationships, a lot of repeat customers. You know, we did Nipsey 3 times, and the first time, you know, we didn't know him that well, but we did a good job. And then the next 2 times was easy. There was no stress. There was no, you know, it was like he already knew us. He said, "All right, yeah, man," and he was a very humble dude. And
do any of these rappers have like specific like, hey man, I want 10K, I want 2 pounds of weed, I want, you know, this, that, like, you know.
Was there ever bartering? Is that what you're asking me? Absolutely, man. There was a lot of bartering and, you know, special requests. And I made sure that they were happy. Oh, I would tell them this is the best I could do. Take it or leave it. And if you don't like it, I understand. Or sometimes I'd give them more than they expected, something better. And they'd be like, hey, man. And sometimes that's all they want, bro. All you got to do is just listen to them. Some people are already in your area. So if they're around and they could get a bag, it's your job as a promoter to be connected to know that. It's not their job to tell you. So if you got an artist from across the country and he's in San Francisco doing visiting Empire, you don't think he's trying to pick up a bag that weekend? Yeah. Yeah, of course. It's our job to know they're here. It's our job to have a good contact to let them know that, you know, we're available to work and these are the venues we have ready to go. So you gotta be ready to go, man, because there's a lot of good promoters out here. There's DJs that pull more people than promoters. You know?
Who do you think is the best DJ out here?
For 831? I'm gonna do a 50-50 split. I'm gonna do SB and DJ Nito, man. Come on, man. Yeah, SB is the young bull, and he's been putting it down.
He's the young bull, but we know it's like you know who the crown.
But I'm gonna keep it real. DJ Nito is the most persistent DJ I've ever seen in my life. Ever. And I've worked with a lot of DJs. Nito is good. And I would always tell Nito, when I'm in the Bay, Nito, you need to come to the Bay, bro. You need to be over here. And he goes, I agree. Now, he's in the Bay. He's at Myth. He messes with Big Dave, my boy. He's all over the place.
Yeah, he's everywhere.
And he's in San Diego. I seen him in San Diego not too long ago. So he's definitely doing his thing, bro. Nito's my dude, man. He's killer. And SB pulls big crowds like as if he was an artist. The thing about SB, he pulls a crowd like he's an artist.
Yeah,
now,
he does.
And bro, you can't knock that. That's not easy to do.
SB's a hustler himself, you know. You got the
100%. SB, man. SB, come back to the game. We need you, man.
SB showed big love too for the cypher and everything.
Yeah, he's cool, dude. And his little brother is
Little
Trap.
Maybe changing the name, but I heard
Is he?
Trap goes crazy.
I like Little Trap.
He has a vibe, you know.
I think Little Trap needs to come hang out with me.
Is that right?
Little Trap, Big Trap.
Little shot. I'm dead. No, that's a real cool dude too.
Yeah.
And seeing the whole DJing game, like that's always big in the shows, like having a good DJ. Because that in between time in shows are real huge, you know. Having the crowd, you know, ready for the next artist to come.
That's huge.
Talking about that, so, you know, you watch any podcasts, you know?
Oh, yeah, I'm huge on podcasts. I watch Joe Budden. I watch his old colleague, Rory and Mal, Joe Rogan, the Star Report. I still watch the Breakfast Club, surprisingly. I watch Andrew Schultz. I watch First Smoke of the Day. That one's hard.
Yeah.
That one's hard. And I watch, there's that new one, these dudes from LA. It's some chick. It's like a bunch of dudes, kind of like myself. They're born here, but they come from Mexican background. So they're talking about like Mexican, American culture. It's very mixed, but they're pretty on top of everything. You know, they're a very cultural, diverse group. I like that. There's another one I watch. Ebro in the morning. I still fuck with that one, believe it or not, bro. Because he keeps me up on the New York shit.
I was gonna ask you too. Out here dealing with the rap game, and before dealing with rappers like Happy and such, and throwing shows. You know, what's the? Have you seen that more people are willing to go in between cities to do work now, and you know, vibe together? Compared to back in the day, it seemed like most people just stayed in their own city and rapped in their own city.
I've spoken to somebody about this, and I see this. I know where you're going with this, and I see a lot of different podcasts or different clips, people talking about people need to come together and all this and that, and we need to close the bridge. I think that's stupid. I think that if you have a phone, bro, so you like an artist, right? I don't know where you're from. Open your phone, go to messages, it's got a little phone on there. Put on your big boy pants, hit that shit. Call them up. There's no bridge. All that shit is make-believe stuff. That's just something that somebody created to make themselves feel better. I don't know what it is, but people need to quit saying that. Oh, we need to unite. Dude, you're not Martin Luther King, bro. Okay? There's nothing to unite. Just call them. You see, artists, bro, if you're an artist and you like something about somebody, they're over there at work. They're probably asleep. They might be taking a shower, taking a shit. We don't know. You think that I gotta wait for him to call me. Who are you? Who are you, bro? If you like that artist and you feel you can make some good music with them, put on your big boy pants and hit that little shit. Be like, hey, I know you don't know me, but check this out. I had an idea. If he says no, then fine.
There's their pride on the line. They don't want to get the total.
Yeah, well, guess what? Guess what? Then this is not for you.
Yeah.
This is not for you, bro. Because I've worked with people, break people that don't like me. I don't like them. But there's something that we need from each other. And if we're both on the same mindset, we have a goal and we need each other, then we're gonna get it done. Because we're grown men. Oh, that's little boy mentality. Oh, because he's got to hit me up because once we drop the song, they're gonna ask him who hit up who. Dude, I'll block people like that. I don't got time. I don't got time for people like that. That's nonsense. That's pure nonsense to me. There's no bridge. Oh, we need to get these people. Dude, please stop. Just call them. It's not that hard. Unless you're scared. Yeah. You got something that you did that makes you feel it is the right move to call them. But if it's all good, just, hey man, I know you don't know me. Let's talk. I want to make a song with you. You want me to send you what I have so far? Or I left the hook open for you, or whatever. But everybody, I don't know what fucking fantasies they're living in, because I keep hearing, I see this, and it bothers me. It really bugs me. There's tons of podcasts that say, oh yeah, man, we need to like all come together. Who are you?
What podcasts are you talking about?
All of them. All of them.
Yeah,
all of them. Put them all together. Put them all together.
Like,
one big joint.
Podcasts are you talking about?
All of them. All of them. They all say the same thing. And it doesn't make sense. Because all you need to do is reach out. There is no bridge. There's no coming together. Nobody needs to have a meeting. Just call. It's simple, dude. I'm in LA now, right? I do people in LA, Bay, whatever. Bro, I just started hitting people up. Hey, bro, I noticed you followed me, or you like my whatever, or we're following whatever, or I know we have a mutual friend. Hey, I'm just reaching out because I really like that. We start talking, you build a relationship, we meet up. That's how it goes. You gotta build it. Everybody wants 15-minute ads, 10-minute this, but that's not how this works, bro. You gotta work. Yeah. You gotta work, man. And everybody wants everything done like with a button or a DoorDash. You can't DoorDash a song. You gotta call. You know what I mean?
How do you think artists? What's the best way for artists, who are coming up to make money in the game? Like, if you're an artist and you want to make some money, for instance, like I saw that Hustler 831 artist from I think Watsonville.
Well, Hustler's from Hollister, and he's very good at.
He has that deal with cookies. He has his own.
He's got his tree.
I saw a couple.
He got his cannabis at Cookies. He's with the Backpack Boys.
What do you think about rappers getting
smartest thing in the world? You're diversifying your portfolio. You're not making yourself dimensional. You're making yourself multi-dimensional. See what I'm saying? So when you do something, you may not even know it, but you're closing yourself off. Does that make sense?
How would an artist go about that though if he wants to get a deal with a
Well, that's a little bit harder now, but it's still doable.
Like Cookies or Capolo has with Cookies. A couple rappers have like their own weed strain. Baby Gas has his own.
Well, those are all relationships that they have that they applied all those connections to what they want to do. As far as name of the strain and all that, they did that's their imagination. What do you want to call it? What flavors you want? That's all planning. You see what I'm saying? So by doing that, they give themselves something else to post about. You can only post your music so many times. You can only post a music standing next to a picture next to a car so many times. You know what I mean? That gets old. So what they're doing, something new, music, weed, it all goes together. It's all, those people, they're all in the same community. So it gives them something to keep going. That's the smartest thing an artist can do, I think. It's just, not just that, the merch, them talking to different shops like myself, where you could do a meet and greet. What do you want to do, bro? Hey, I want to give away 10 shirts, the first 10 people that show up, and I want to raffle a verse. That's them keeping the wheels turning for their brand, which is their name. All these ideas and all these moves are made by a manager normally. Because your job is to keep your artist rolling like a car. Because when you come, thing with music, bro, is there's new music coming out and people are going to move on. If you don't stay in their face, they're going to move on. And I think being a rapper is probably the most hardest job there is in the world, to be honest. It's hard. And if you drop music and nobody feels it, you get all hurt. You know what I mean? And it's like, bro, that's the draw, man. Like you're gambling. Just because you like it doesn't mean everybody likes it.
And then the go-to is like, man, they're just haters.
Yeah, everybody's a hater. Everybody's a hater. Bro, maybe everybody is not. Maybe everybody ain't hearing what you're hearing. Maybe you need to figure out what you're doing that's making them turn away from your music. It's your job. Some people are just gifted. And they just say, today I'm going to do this. Boom. Man. They're on another one. Damn. It's on fire. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's just everybody's different, bro. And I'm going to start working again. I got a few new people I'm going to start working with. I'm working on the new project with Haps. I got some stuff for him and communicating with some people to get that done. And it should be pretty dope.
So out of all the artists in the Central Coast, what artist do you think, has the full recipe, the talent, the image, marketable, is smart enough to, stay in the game and prosper?
I'm going to be honest, I don't see anything right now like that. Mm-hmm. But I see a lot of potential people, and because I view artists differently. I view them from the standpoint of when I do a show, and I look at artists, I look at somebody that is going to pull people, right? So I started looking at them like that. And when I see them, I go, well, I mean, it ain't gonna work yet. But there are some like once again, I think the only guy that has a chance if he keeps applying himself, I think it's Floodguard, man. He's got that commercial view, the commercial style, commercial look. He could go big. He would be picked up in different markets. His look, his style, you know what I mean? You take a dude from here.
The shower cap on. Like,
That's hard. That's dope. Yeah. That's smart.
He's his own body, you know?
You can't go wrong with the shower cap. Even I wore the shower cap one time for him.
Oh yeah, you did.
I did. I wore the shower cap.
The shower cap, I remember.
Yeah.
That's a while back.
You know what I mean? But I'm gonna be doing more with the music. Right now, I opened up this new barbershop with my partner Roger, and we have the store out front. We have the chairs. But yeah, you know, the whole thing is I'm gonna focus on this, and I'm trying to open it up at Selena's next. And you know, I'm just getting a little old, man, and I wanna have businesses to leave to my children. You know, just stuff to build on, and I'm just getting to the age where, you know, I can't be out here, you know, trying to be cool and all that bullshit. You know, I just gotta have a foundation for myself and kind of disappear into the background. You know, and there's new younger guys. I got Roger, my partner actually. He's 26. He just had his first show. He did Nef the Pharaoh in San Jose. I'm actually molding him to be a promoter and to get into a music game. So expect to see a lot of stuff I used to do through him. I'm gonna do shows, but I'm only gonna do big ones. No more little ones. But I still help people. Don't think I'm not accessible. I still am accessible, but I'm very picky now with everything I do. You know what I mean? And obviously I got my cannabis. I got the premium flower. Everybody see it. I have one product that nobody has. Nobody. And I have my pre-roll cones. And I have those in all smoke shops. So you want to go home and fill them up with tobacco? Wink, wink. You know what I mean? I got them already, king size. And I have them in 11 locations. I need to get them out there your way and Santa Cruz, but I have them in Salinas and Watsonville, 11 locations. Yeah. And those are available to everybody. So anything like that.
What do you want to tell the people to, you know, end it off? Quick goodbye. Anything you want to say to?
Don't listen to nobody. Listen to that voice in your head. That's your best friend. Cause ain't nobody your friend, man. Everybody's gonna try to always try to tell you can't. You know, don't do that because it's not a good idea. Life's all about risk, man. And if you don't take no risk, you ain't gonna eat good like me. Simple as that, man.